Hello and welcome into Sorare with Laird. I'm Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdino on Sorare. Talking today about what makes Sorare more than just a fantasy game. And I already saw in the live chat somebody was talking about how I got all mushy. I'm getting all mushy about a Friday meetup. I'll go into that in a second, but actually had nothing to do with that. It was actually that was the topic I was going to talk about on Friday before my meetup, and I just felt like talking about it today. Sorare Spotlight, which is normally on right now over on the Sorare channel, was moved to Wednesday this week due to a reason that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. So come back on Wednesday for that. But today we're here on the channel. Thanks everyone for coming in, particularly those who have been either from the beginning or as of yesterday, supporting members of my Patreon. That's patreon.com/Andrew Laird. Helps support all the content that I do and really just allows me to focus more on content and other projects I want to work on instead of like, oh man, now I got to find a new sponsor or I got to do this and I got to do that in order to pay some bills. And so the support from everybody who has become a supporting member of the Patreon is greatly, greatly appreciated. So if you are someone who is considering it, I'd obviously ask you to just go ahead and do it. But I am curious, and I know this is going to be a very awkward thing to ask somebody to do, but if you are not a member of the Patreon and for a specific reason, or you just don't think it's worth it, I would love if you could reach out to me either on uh, Discord or Twitter, or if you're comfortable enough, just leaving a comment on this video. I'm just curious why you would not consider it, and just something that I can work on in order to make my content more valuable to you guys. So anyway, thanks everyone for coming. Pico Player, Fraxy, and Tuggy on the podium. Tuggy, Sorare's life, praying to the Sorare gods that Racing, specifically Sosa, choke. I have a four-man Racing stack with a Captain Cecina waiting for tonight. But Tuggy, I don't think you don't have to worry about me. I'm in Division 2 anyway. But Tuggy's been sitting first place in Contender Rare, and I hope he gets it because it's well deserved, especially with a card that he was quite upset winning earlier this season. And I was like, yeah, you should be upset about that. And now it hopefully helps him win first place. So congrats on you, Tuggy, for that and for making the podium today. Fraxy trying to get a double podium, but I say no on that. Philly Daily, what's up? Mikey Baston, Sean Kennedy, appreciate everyone coming in. Dobsy Featramons, that's a fun name. Raul, what's up? It's on like Donkey Kong, says Sean Thorpe. Yeah, have a look at who's in third for that Racing stack. Me, Laird. You're in third in Division 2? Let's check that out. I'm in Division 2 because River Plate hate me and got me relegated a while ago. But let's see here. We'll scroll down to Contender. Skip by all of the lineups that are really bad for me. So I'm on 170 points right now. There's Dobsy. Look at that. 430, $100 for a podium. What do we got here? Di Maria, captain. I don't know who any of these other guys are. Literally, I've never heard of them. Franco Kolic, Vile Koski, Mats Hansen, and Lillian, that's a woman's name, Egloff. So we've got a Marvin teammate. What is that? Paderborn? Is that Istra? Is that what that is? I don't even know. But Croatia. Well, Dobsy, good luck. What does fourth get set? No, I want to come in first. I'd like to get actually promoted. I got relegated division, or I'm getting relegated here until these two guys. I'm 148 points to safety. My God, River Plate couldn't have been much worse. This Cecina hit early Saturday morning for me, and I was like, all right, River Plate, tough matchup, but not like impossible. I got the Davidashvili captain. Decisive there. Kevin Vogt didn't play. I still don't know why. Frankly, I don't care. And that's part of the reason why I may just give up on Contender. If Sosa hits 80 plus tonight, I'm hitting the 4th Street for $100. Let's go. Third game week in Rare, maybe first podium. Wow. Now you're just showing off. Almost a women's SO5, Lillian, Maria. Well, I guess. Don't tell Taram's dad Lillian is a girl's name. Good point. Good point. Good point. My Division One got relegated. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let Contender run out. Arouge said currently first in JPL Super Rare. Whoa. What does that pay? Let's see. JPL Super Rare pays. Oh my gosh, we really have to. I probably could have just $2,000. Arouge, are you Aaron Black? Anyway, let's see. Okay. And then James said currently fifth in Super La Liga with a DNP only 28. Oh no, 28 from first. Oh no. Can I limited super rare? Here we go. What are you fifth? Amrabat. My gosh, he's still a professional footballer. Huh? Look at this lineup. Augusto Batalla, Florian Lejeune, Sofiane Amrabat, who didn't play, Abde Ezelzuli, and Andre Rachu. Who are these guys? First place, Matt Ryan, Hector Bellerin, Arda Guler, Carlos Vicente, and Mbappe captain. I know MTFBWY. I'm sure you pronounce that some way. I don't know how, but I know they have a pretty killer gallery. So unsurprising that an Mbappe, Super Rare, and Arda Guler there. Arouge said it's $4,000 because of the bonuses. That was JPL. Holy moly. Jupiler Prem. Let's see. Wait, whose is $4,000? This one is no. This is $4,000. Aaron Black. Because of the uniques. That's fun. I wish they would show that here. Rachu is Romanian. Okay. I believe that. Oh, all right. Arouge is Aaron Black. I see you. So we're a trading coach. What's up? Thanks for coming in. Dobbsy, 66 pounds that team cost me. So if I stay third, it's paid for itself and hit the second streak. Holy 66 pounds, man. And it's like, it's stuff like that I'm like, maybe I shouldn't give up on Contender. I just really don't like just being in. There's Tuggy's lineup right here. So this Lee Dong Young, he won his. Tuggy, did you win this as a star? I can't remember if that was a star or not. I think it was. And he was like, what is this stuff? And this guy has just been absolute fire since then. Like imagine, so in fairness, he probably won him like around here. Actually, game week 1. Hold on. So it was probably, sometime here. And you're like, this is a star, but then he like does this. And you're just like, oh. Contender is the GOAT Laird. You know, I mean, I played Contender for years, don't get me wrong, but almost never with European cards. But I will say that I've considered it with like Davidashvili and Lucas, like getting a Saint Etienne stack, and then maybe Reims because I like Teddy Tuma and Nakamura. But I'm just like, am I really going to do that? Like, really? Don't let Azimac hear you besmirch 60% of that. Does Az still play? Let's see. Looks like he's got lineups in at least. Looks like he killed a bunch of super rare ones. He just listed everything. He's like, this guy sucks. I'm just listing. It's funny to see super rare and limited lineups. Imagine not captaining Cecilia. Az, what are we doing here? Anyway. Yeah, so actually the whole like Contender thing for me is, gosh, look at how much my friends are winning. Tuggy 1500, Deke 420, Black 165, Gator Guy. Everybody wins money except me. And Surface and Jimmer. Man. The problem I had with Contender is it just felt like I had so many DNPs and I just didn't have the energy to find out why. And I've just become so reliant on other people doing lineup predictions for me that I just like it's infuriating to me that when I get a DNP, but I have only myself to blame, and yet I still don't want to blame myself. So yeah, but I hit the streak. I still didn't hit it in Challenger. I played Portugal guys, and this was like the worst week for Portugal because it was like Porto, Benfica, and then Sporting Braga. Hopefully, after the international break, I'm better off. I thought about doing like that's the weird thing. I don't want to play contender because I'm like I don't follow these teams enough, and then I'm like, but I'll play Challenger and like deal with all the Turkish. Well, I haven't bought any Turkey cards yet, but I considered it. But anyway, the topic today, this whole like so rare is more than a game, came up during last week's So Rare Spotlight, literally this time last week, when I sat down with Philip, who is one of the lead designers for, I think it's senior creative lead, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what his exact title was, but basically we're talking about the new card designs and kind of what goes into it. And it was really cool because he showed some of the designs of cards that didn't make it, whether it was the standard cards, meaning like the regular cards that we have, and other designs for those, and why they picked the SD card and then the shape of the card. I don't know. I'm a nerd for that kind of stuff, which is ironic because I don't have like a creative, at least a visually creative bone in my body. But I find that stuff really interesting. And so one of the things that he said, and other people from So Rare have said it before, and I just kind of always brush it off, but they were like, people have a connection to their cards. I'm like, yeah, they do, but like, whatever. And I just like that conversation. And over the course of the week, I was like, there really are, like, we do build a connection with these cards. And what was kind of funny is that when I was off on Friday because I went into meet up with a friend of mine, and everybody in the So Rare with Laird Patreon Discord knows who that friend is. But well, I took the train in, and I went on Twitter and I was like, hey, I'm on a train for 2 hours. Ask me anything. And Blue Tomatoes was like, what's your favorite card, or what's the one card that you would refuse to sell? And I was like, there are none. Every one of my cards has a price. And while some of them are outlandish, like the 100 ETH for João Felix, there's no like individual card where I'm just like, I would never give this up. And it was interesting that happened because on like throughout the whole week, I was thinking about this kind of like connection that we have to our cards in this game, and why all of the conversations that have come up, and I don't think a lot of them have come up publicly, but I've been a part of multiple conversations over the last few weeks, basically what So Rare would look at like without licensing agreements. And basically what if they just went the route of other fantasy games and just, did Barcelona number 10 instead of Lamine Yamal with an actual Barcelona badge and jersey. And I basically was like, I don't think So Rare not that it couldn't exist, but I just don't think that's the game that we all signed up to play. And I think there are a lot of people who kind of underestimate the power of these cards in terms of how sticky they are to like how sticky it makes us to the platform. And we create this kind of connection with these cards, whether they're for good or bad reasons. But once you buy a card, and I just realized my mic, I don't know, I feel like my mic might've been the wrong mic this in 15 minutes. Apologies for anybody. And if anybody can let me know if I sound any different. I just noticed it was not selected. Weird. Anyway, so even the cards that weren't like massive acquisitions when we got them, like we all have plenty of cards that we're building that we use to get our in-season lineups and whatnot, but they each end up having kind of more, I don't even want to call it sentimental value, but that's basically what it is. But it's kind of funny to have this concept that you would have like some sort of sentimental value to parts of a fantasy game. You guys said I sound the same, but also, does it sound okay? Or just like, do I sound normal? I don't know. It was weird that like anyway. And I was just kind of like looking at some of my cards where I was like, oh, I have a couple like in-season special editions. Like I'm literally looking at my I have this screen up here kind of to the side of me, and like I have this Cambadio special edition card and this Fernandez Pardo card. And the only reason I got this one early on is because Genesis somewhere, I don't remember if it was in a live chat or somewhere, was like, this kid's legit, he'll be good. And so I bought him, and there he is, the lowest score of this game. But he was that against PSG? Yeah, so understandable. But we end up having kind of a connection to these cards, and it like comes up every game week when Gator Guy's doing his lineups, because he talks about his Teddy Tuma super rare. And there are certain cards that we all have in our gallery where you remember like how hard it was to get them, whether usually they are super rares because super rares are kind of hard to get, but, or just like, oh man, I would always love to get whatever card. And then you finally get it, and it means a lot to you. Like the point of like card acquisition in this game is and the value of it, I've spoken about numerous times. Like I think that's the best part of the game. And it's funny, somebody was like, the best part of the game is buying cards. And I'm like, I'm not sure it's necessarily buying them, but getting new cards is really fun. And so if you have certain cards like his Teddy Tuma super rare, where you worked hard to get them, they become more important to you. And you want to put them, you want to see them succeed. And so maybe you get some other better cards because you want that card to be on a podium someday, so that you can, tell your grandkids, one day I won $17 by finishing third place in Division 3 because of this card. And it's something that we will always kind of like remember. And it's a positive experience for a lot of people. And I think it's one of those things that allow us to kind of forgive Sorare for the things that we do get frustrated about, like the 90% to play DNP, and the following week go to make your lineups and you're like, oh, there's that cool card again. Let me play that. And it's just, that part is just so important to Sorare, because it's just a constant reminder usually of something positive. Now you could go back and, every time Nep puts a Robert Lewandowski limited into a lineup, maybe he doesn't have the same enthusiasm. Although you can make the argument, maybe it's just a reminder of, peak price Sorare and how fun that was, unless you were buying like Nep. But ultimately, I think the cards tend to lead, like certain individual cards tend to lead to more positive experience, or gives you a more positive feeling while you're playing Sorare, which is just so important for a platform like this. Sorry, I went off on one there, started ignoring the chat. Philly Dilly said, I've convinced myself that part of the Prem League premium is the league has the most info available, so DNPs are less. See, I don't even think that's true. I think the difficulty, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was thinking about that. Like you're saying that with playing Contender, and it's like, if I have a bunch of K-League guys, and if Hoodwink doesn't know why a guy sat, I would have no idea why somebody didn't play. But I'm not like, we get just as many like killer DNPs in the Prem, where all the information seems to, or we feel like we get as much information as possible because so many people talk about it. Thomas said, I think the predictors for most Contender leagues that are in season are some of the best, most passionate about their selections. They might be. I don't know. I don't really like, I'll be honest, I never go back to see like who is very good in terms of predicting. Like I do know, like I rely very heavily on Mickey Lee Fu for the Danish Superliga projections. I wasn't sure if I should call them predictions or projections, but I think he's excellent. And so if he says someone is, going to play and they don't, for some reason, I'm like, well, that wasn't known. Whereas like with others, I'm just like, how did you miss that? So I don't know. Dobsy said, when I sold my gallery, I kept my first Casper Jander, as for some reason, he just made me fall into the game again. I got rid of my Casper Jander in one of the most horrific trades in the history of Sorare. And I wish I had that one back, but I'm not sure I'll get it. Elsa Plays 87. Thanks for coming in. Checking in from Twitch. Gotta love it. If anyone here is watching on X or YouTube and wants to watch on Twitch, you can. You can. Would Sorare have more difficulty pushing the product without official licenses, as based on something real life, unlike, say, Bored Apes, makes me feel like without licenses, it might be difficult product to push. I think I got into it a little bit there. Footim and MFL are easier as they're all fictional. Yeah. I think it's one of those that like once, because they've already done it, they can't go back. Like Sorare doesn't work as well for a number of the reasons that I just kind of like rambled on about. It just doesn't work as well without licenses. And yes, licenses are expensive, but we also wouldn't pay nearly this much for licenses for unlicensed cards. And people are like, oh, save money on licenses and put that in the prize pool. And it's like the drop in spend would necessitate a drop in the prize pool. So we end up playing for the same amount of money anyway. And in terms of like what we spend versus what we can win. And then we have all these unlicensed cards that are just like, okay, great. Special editions are important from a collectible aspect. Got the Estevao Ballon d'Or edition just to own as a collector. Yeah, I think it's funny to me how many people are like, there's no collecting on Sorare. Collecting's not a thing. There are no collectors. Like, there are plenty. Just because everybody doesn't collect doesn't mean that nobody collects. And I feel like there are some people who are just like, collecting is not, it's only because of the collection bonus and all this stuff. And it's just not true. Just because not everyone does it means it's not true. Like, plenty of people just love collecting and buy cards specifically because they want to collect them, not because they necessarily feel like they are getting more out of the game for something. Ben said, I think I'll love my 25, 26 Hearts cards forever, using the money they won me for a trip for me and the girlfriend to go to New York. Wow. That's a lot of money. You must not be talking about Croatia predictors. I don't even know. Philly Daily said, I think licenses are important. Football Manager, you can mod in basically anything, and Football Manager still felt it necessary to get a Prem license and make a big deal out of it. I was going to mention card prices, but didn't know if you wanted to go there. I mean, you can, but if so with unlicensed cards, you don't. I mean, I guess you still want them on the blockchain for allowing people to feel better about buying and selling them. But I don't like if you had this card right here, because they wouldn't have pictures. So if you had this card right here, but instead of it saying, or maybe it still can say Paris FC because the name of the team, but they have like a different Eiffel Tower logo and Otavio, and like, we're not buying cards that look like this for as much as the ones that look like this. It's as simple as that. And there are plenty of people here who are like, oh, we used to pay so much more for all this stuff, but now nobody cares. And it's just not true. It's just not true. There's still plenty of people who buy. Just because something is a special edition doesn't mean that people are going to immediately buy it, but people do. People spend more money for special edition cards. In fact, Pranksy bought like a ton of the special edition. I misspoke in some stream last week. I thought Pranksy had bought all of the rare special or Ballon d'Or cards, but he hasn't gotten all of them yet. But like, there are people who are paying more for these special edition cards. And do they get you more collection bonus? Yes, they do. Do they get you more collection bonus than some like the regular special editions? No. And at this point, I don't think are there any more Ballon d'Or like missions? Like, they're not getting you anything more. And so like for what are the new animated? That's what they're called. So like, if you just look at, I don't even know if there is a Yamal Ballon d'Or available. Is that the only Yamal? Let's see. Are there any animated or special edition Mbappes? There are not. I just kind of want to see like what let's find one here that should have a Ballon d'Or, maybe. Dembele. I don't know how many people are buying Dembele now that he's hurt, but whatever. And we have a winner. So there's Dembele, and we know that there's a Dembele. Didn't they say there was one? Ballon d'Or winner. Where's that? Oh, because it's rare, I think. Is this SR Monkeys? Yeah, it is. But anyway, like, these two cards give you the same collection bonus. I think people are more willing to spend more on the Ballon d'Or one than the special edition one. And they do that because they think it looks cool. It's a collector item. And like, maybe it gets you more in the future. I don't even know. Krupti said a lot of the Ballon d'Or cards weren't even more expensive, only the first release. But after that, many were cheaper than regular versions. I think it kind of depends on the player. Like, I would guess an Mbappe or a Yamal Ballon d'Or card. Although Yamal's wasn't a Ballon d'Or, right? It was the I forget what the kid version was. I don't know. I still remember winning my first limited card, Vinny Pasquantino, with a 5-game Brave stack. That's incredible. It'd be the MLSPA big head cards all over again. Well, so they wouldn't though, because they couldn't even use the player's picture. Krupti said the fun part for me about Sorare is the realism and connection to real life football. I can never get that feeling with MFL or other similar games. So you're not wrong with that with that opinion. Excuse me. I consider them completely different games, though. Like I don't play MFL as like another way to play Sorare, just like different scoring. They're just totally different games, and so I understand I understand people who love fantasy football and don't like football management games, and like that's why you don't play MFL. Like I get it. I mean, I never played football management games until MFL, and I love MFL, but I don't look at it as like I'm playing this instead of Sorare, because they're both like one is a fantasy football platform and one is a football management platform. Garban Sheehan, best weekend of Sorare for myself. 4th in D2 La Liga Rare, would have been 4th in D1 with the points, but you're not in D1, so it doesn't matter. Very much living game at the minute. Love it. Oh, loving game. Very much loving the game. Yeah. Golden Boy. They weren't Golden Boys. I forget what they were called. Halligan said, this game week gave me a lot of hope back for the season. Selling up in Ligue 1 and switching to Bundesliga has been a blessing, although Kimmich is on serious fraud watch. It's funny. I was talking to Deke, because Deke has had some very significant success when it came to Bundesliga. And I was just like, why did I play Ligue 1? Like, yeah, like I finally hit the first streak in Ligue 1, and I've been playing for like 2 months, it feels like. And of course I did it with multiple lineups. And then Paris FC and Strasbourg, who I have collections of, smash, and like split them all up. So I needed 360. I hit 378 in this lineup, 438 here. I had the full defensive stack from Paris FC, Valentin Barco from Strasbourg at 94, and for some reason I played Fernandez Pardo here instead of Moses Simon. Like I think I was just like, I don't know. I just didn't think like a defensive stack. Moses Simon needed to play there. Obviously, he gets a decisive for the first time in a while. And then, of course, Maxime Lopez with his worst score of the season. I don't know if that's true, but it's a bad one. And Lee Melu, is that 65 or 85? 65. Could have been better. But like the Bundesliga, it seems like Bundesliga is just easier for streaks. Although I was saying like looking at Deke, he did hit the 5th streak, but this lineup is now first in D2 with 1 Bayern player. Join me in Bundesliga. The grass is green. So what's funny is I just didn't want to pay up for all the Bayern guys. But then when I see this, Atibolu, Mittelstadt, El Canus, Diaz, and Malik Tillman, and it's like, oh, maybe it's doable without Bayern Munich. I know he has Bayern cards, but let's see. He has this one also. This was in D1. Nubel, Mittelstadt, Stiller, Olise, and Kane. Oh, no, it's a classic Kane. Excuse me. And then that might be it for Bundesliga. Maybe I feel like there was another one. Here we go. This is probably the one that he thought would be so good, and it got relegated. Neuer, Grimaldo, Kimmich, Kane, Olise. Jeez. Olise had some chances missed, didn't he? Oh, he didn't. Weird. Just a bad game. And then Grimaldo off at halftime. Mittelstadt is the defender in Bundesliga. Swear he smashed every game week since last season, it feels like. How much is he? How much would it cost to get, like, what is he? $100? Wait, in season. Yeah, $100. Like, it just seems like it's a much more expensive league to get into. That's why I ended up buying into like Challenger. But It's kind of like, would you rather spend money in less money in Challenger to not win anything, or more money in Bundesliga to maybe win? Midfielders are a struggle, but Olise Classic helps. It's so funny that like midfielders are a struggle when Kimmich is there, but I know he's been like so bad this season. Let's see. Like Stiller's been pretty bad too, right? What about Amiri? Yeah, so Tillman has been like okay. Oh, there's Amiri. Yeah, he's been okay. Stiller might be a guy. $43. Rocco, yeah, not really. Kimmich, Sabitzer, like Max Arnold is the answer. Shout out to Ryan Walter. Oh my God, he really is. What's Max Arnold go for? $35. But like this list got ugly quickly. Oh my, Eric Martel is smashing. Wow. This guy is $6. Obviously, some decisives help, but Amiri stat padded against Rosenberg in the league. He's been bad. That's fair. That's fair. But let's see. Let's start a little Bundesliga. Bundesliga 26, we'll call it. Like Sorare 26. Oh, yeah. Didn't I just call it that? Bundesliga 26. Let's put Martel on it. Add to. Who is this? Cologne? Who takes sets for Cologne? I have to ask. It is not Martel. Who is it? It is Jacob Kaminski and Isaac Johansson, but sometimes Florian Kainz. Who's this guy? Kaminski? What's he cost? And what's his deal? Look at me getting into another league I know nothing about. Who did I say? Kaminski. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, set piece is not everything. That's not bad though. Is there any third-party software that is able to give notifications via email if a player gets listed under a set price? No, not that I know of. All right, let's put Max Arnold here. As an owner of Kaminski and Johansson, don't do it. Okay. I had a Martel for a while. I wish I had I wish he had a rookie card. This is the guy. Is this the guy from Mainz? Yeah, they're okay. Both have international utility for Poland and Iceland. Let's go. But like, look how quickly these drop. This guy used to be good. Honorat. Like these score graphs are just so ugly. Benzabaini, is he still at Dortmund? Oh yeah, Jeff Chabot. Unless it's Chabot. Chabot. Oh, Zentner's. Oh no, he's not. Mainz has Conference League. I don't know if that makes me feel better or not. What's he go for now? $25. This guy's been incredible. I guess it's just Stuttgart stacks, which aren't even like that cheap. Zentner, there's Grimaldo. $70 for Grimaldo for the limited. There's Benzabaini. $12. That's pretty good, AA. You're right. Good call, Robert. Who takes sets for? Is it Brant still? Ironically, I won a Brant and traded it. Oh, it's not Brant. Oh, Svensson, right? I forgot about that. And Ryerson's taking them now, huh? I owned a Ryerson too. Schlotterbeck is back. Score wise, Bundesliga favors defenders and wingers, and most wingers are listed as forwards. Yeah, not so many central playmakers. Oh, yeah. So David Raum, he absolutely needs to be on the list. He costs $57 right now for a limited. Yeah, Rom. Yeah, the defense. I mean, there's some great like Rom, Benzabaini, Grimaldo, Chabot, Mittelstadt. Like literally zero Bayern guys. Schlotterbeck, $65. Upamecano's there's Ryerson, $10. It's funny what set pieces can do. You can just like lose a ton. How much is he? 1050, 1043. Kane, €195. Anton is a poor man. Schlotty. This guy looks very poor. Who's the Dortmund goalie now? Is it still? Oh, it's Kobel, right? Goalie basically just ruins it, right? You know what's funny is that I'm going to pull this move here. I don't really want to get. Let's see, market, manager sales, limited, Bundesliga special editions. Let's see what we got here. Animated. Oh wait, what are the Ballon d'Or ones? That Olise one is so cool. Luis Diaz at $100 for the special edition. Pick a random goalkeeper, double defense, then classic Olise mid with a Kane attacker, make it rain. What's funny is I'm just like, I don't see how that doesn't work. Let's see. Job. Poor Martin Van de Voort. So there's Ryerson. Like, right. Kobel, Ryerson, Benzabaini, Olise Kane, or Olise Diaz. What's an Olise Classic cost? $123. I would obviously buy the Crystal Palace version. Van der Voort is Bundesliga's Stefan Cleveland. That's a phenomenal line, Mike. Real ones know. There's the whole like so rare is more than a fantasy game. Real ones know what that joke means. Yeah, like if you're not playing, like didn't Kramrich just get hurt? Girassi's an interesting. I'm just walking into a Dortmund collection, and they play Bayern after the international break. Awesome. So it's like other than Bayern, it seems like the teams that are worth targeting are Dortmund, Stuttgart, and Eintracht Frankfurt, right? Anyone else than that, you're just kind of like, whatever. Oh, Gnabry. I forgot about that. So can I let's expand the watch list here. Hold on. Bundesliga. Can I add players from here? That's annoying. So we just go to just the regular. Kobel. Ryerson. I think we put Bensabani on there, right? But we can just try him here. And then Newble. I feel like this is not the cheapest way to do it. Not that we have to do everything the cheapest way, but you know. Are there other good Stuttgart defenders? Sean, I didn't mean it that way. I'm not trying to like shit on all the Bundesliga cards, but maybe I am. Who else do we have here? Oh yeah, Chabot. Right. Who I think made our list anyway. And then we have Frankfurt. I don't even remember who's on this team. I know Bahoya is, and I hate him. There he is. Oh no, I don't want forwards. You only shot on the mids, to be fair. That's true. All right. Oh yeah, Zetter, Doan. Yeah, I don't know. I actually had this guy Brown when he was on Dusseldorf. Is that where he was last time? Burkhardt. Maybe I don't need Frankfurt. So it's really just Dortmund and Stuttgart. Can we get away with that? And Dortmund is against. Oh wait, Leipzig. Gulashi. They play Hamburger out of the break. So I always wait, who was I pairing Gulashi with? Friedel and Vuskovic are good budget options, I guess. Vuskovic has like 2 decisives in 2 games or something like that, doesn't he? Oh, Rom. That's who it was. David Rom. This is actually kind of an interesting thing. Can we get away? I mean, I don't want to buy like 3 Canes though, or 4. Who else is here? Rom, Willie Orban, Lukeba, who I have already. Halligan, do you mind if I pull this image up on stream? Halligan just sent me something in the Sorare with Laird Discord. My man, let's go. All right. Halligan said, this cost me around 600 plus 200 in card trades. Granted, I already owned the classic. So is that pounds or dollars, Halligan? But let's see what we got here. In season, Gulashi, Kobel, Vasilj, who I owned at one point, and Nicholas. Are you trying to avoid buying from too many teams? Yes. Yes, I am. In fact, knowing me, Euros, great. I don't know why I didn't make that an option. Yes, I don't want to buy from too many teams because instead of spreading out so many teams, I would probably just buy collection pieces. All right, Gulashi, Kobel, Vasilj, and Moritz Nicholas, whose name I always feel like should be the other way around. That's the Gladbach keeper. And then what was over here? Just extras. Oh, these are the classics. All right. Mittelstadt, Brown, Schlotterbeck, Lukeba, Rom, and Friedel. Why'd you buy this guy? Seems random. Tillman, Max Arnold, Rocco Reitz, Amiri, Doan, and Kimmich. Chan Uzun, Girassi, so Burkhart, Newson, Tim Lemperl. So really no Bayern other than Kimmich here, right? So you decided you were going to avoid Bayern and pick only one, and you picked the worst one. Sorry, I couldn't resist that joke. Anyway, classics: Neuer, Kobel, Zentner, Anton, Ryerson, Stanisic, Upamecano, Schlotterbeck, Elise. Oh, Aliash Garcia. Did I see correctly? He had 147 passes this week. How do you spell his name? Something weird like this. Garcia, can that A Garcia? Somebody help me out here. To be fair, the early prices of those Bayern cards were crazy. I think you can make the argument they're still crazy. Where's Garcia? Here he is. Sorry, I was short. Oh, wait, passing. Yeah, 147 accurate passes. Goodness gracious. That's incredible. Oh, Nicola reposted. Anybody here because of Nicola's tweet? Welcome. Anyway, where was that? Here we go. Kimmich, Amiri, Paul Nebel, Burkhart, Diaz, Girassi, Uzun. Yeah, like only 5 missed passes. Wow, that's crazy. He doesn't normally do that though, right? Think Garcia would work. Oh, it does. Let's go. I'm trying to see if like that number of passes was 147. Yeah, I mean, it was just so much higher than all of his others. 147 of 152. Incredible. Got a secondary assist. Why not? 3 shots. Didn't create a single chance, but whatever. It's, oh man, he's like locked in now, isn't he? It feels dumb not having him. How much is he? $15 buy now. And then we obviously have to put Grimaldo on. Oh, players. Who's their goalie now? Oh, Flecken. That's right. So can you get away with, what's funny is that I have Bade Classic from the Ren collection. So Flecken, Grimaldo obviously popped. Oh, I guess he didn't really pop. I was saying he's been so good lately, but so if you did, Cologne is a good team to collect. Martel, Kaminsky, Hubers are good players. Thielman takes set pieces, if not mistaken, good young players. I looked at Augsburg recently because of what's his name? Mert Comer, who had 2 decisives this year. I don't think he takes set pieces anymore because this guy Riedel from there's Comer. There he is. Reader. He came from Ren. I think he stole. Comer took sets a little bit and then lost them to this guy. Looks like he took, like this is what you want to see. 5, 7, 0. That's a bummer. 3, and then, but like it's because this guy's taking them now. He's only 23. Wow, I didn't realize that. Why? Here we go. Oh, these are international games. I was like, boy, he really came off well. I mean, he's obviously in great form. And they play Cologne coming out of the break. But he's just a mid. Like, I'm not buying a. I would recommend Mainz 2 having Amiri as a keystone. Yeah. Sano, I forget. Maybe it was with Harry that we. Oh, maybe it was the NEC one that we were talking about. Like when he gets it to, it's funny. He has like okay AA. I guess like 54 and 50 is pretty good. They play Leverkusen out of the break. There is this other. I haven't done this. I haven't looked at this, but let me see if this works. Where am I going here? There's like a Here we go. I think this is it. Bundesliga. It's basically a fixture difficulty tracker. All right. So Bremen looks all right, but 2 away. Heidenheim. Let's see. I'm not going to buy. Here's Leverkusen, away to Mainz and then Freiburg. Stuttgart away to Wolfsburg and then Mainz. Leipzig, Hamburger, and then away to Augsburg. Wolfsburg, that's not great. That's against Stuttgart, right? Yeah. I assume this is a subscriber page for those of you who are like, whoa, that's neat. Bayern, Dortmund after the break. So we stay away. Bayern have Dortmund at home, Gladbach away, and Leverkusen at home. We didn't mention a single player from Bremen. Let's see. Set pieces for Bremen. There we go. Romano Schmid. Cameron Puertas is here? No. Really? Why did I think Cameron Puertas went to Saudi? Obviously been terrible for Bremen. I really thought he went to Saudi. Wow. Anyway, who was the other guy? Schmid. I'm guessing they're just really bad. Like, I guess this is their best player. I don't know. Bundesliga seems like just tons of points. And when we're in the game to do that, setting the Bundesliga on fire. Yeah. I assume that's in response to Puertas. Hey Siri, show me what being out of your league looks like. So let's see. Scouting. Bundesliga 20. So 14 players here, which is obviously not enough. 104 for Mittelstadt, 25 for Chabot. Like, I actually think you'd be better off buying 4 Chabots than 1 Mittelstadt. And I say that as Mittelstadt is on this run here. Jeez. Only 2 decisives in this run, too. Yet Puerta still has a power grade each game week still. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Benzabaini is 11. Rom is 57. Kobel 66. Like the goalies are actually quite reasonable. Let's price this out here. So these four goalies, if you got them all in season, so that's $170 for the goalies. And maybe some international utility. Oh no, Flecken doesn't. Never mind. 6 defenders. I almost feel like you just avoid Mittelstadt at this point. Grimaldo 70. Chabot, let's call it 95, 105, 125, 175 if you include Rom. And that's 2 Dortmund. Yeah. So you're basically playing like the Dortmund defense, like a super Dortmund defensive stack, which seems insane. Leverkusen, I guess you could get another Leverkusen defender. I don't think you really want one, but one good thing about the Bundesliga is that there are no really strong sides besides Bayern, so anyone can have a good run. That's in yeah. Like Tapsoba 48 L15. Kwanzaa, Bade. I forgot they have Echeverry. I missed my Bundesliga streak this week by 11 points because of a DNP with Hoffenheim, Cologne, Gladbach players. What streak were you on, Aber? I'm not even sure if I have like Bundesliga classic cards. No, I have a Jonas Hoffman. Let's see. What Bundesliga cards do I have? So it's all the rookies plus Hoffman in limited. In rare, Bernardo. Oh yeah, that guy's been pretty good. I played him this week somewhere. Let's see. Scovel. Yeah, none of these guys are good. Bade has been okay, but that seems like such a waste of a classic card. Surely no super rares from the Bundesliga. Yeah. So is it worth it? I keep looking at the Dortmund guys and I'm like, oh wait, they're away to Bayern Munich. I crafted Jonas. I sent him back. So the only reason I kept my 2 Jonases is that one is a jersey mint, I think, and one is a 1 of 100. I think that's what it was. Now I feel like I have to justify it. The 1 of 100 is a Germany card. So I feel cool about that. So this one, yeah, that's a jersey mint. And then this one, yeah, 1 of 100 Germany card. His fall from grace is insane. Not that he was like the best player on the platform, but he was very good for a while. And then just so Martel 692. Yeah, but that's the worst fixture all season. So you're thinking it's extremely short. Your thinking is extremely short term. Mikey, you new here? Come on. You're buying Dortmund for every game, bar Bayern. Yeah. And frankly, it's worth me going for it anyway because I'll be in Division 3 anyway because I don't play Bundesliga at all. So what was so Dortmund, oh wait, it was Stuttgart, right? At Wolfsburg, home against Mainz. What did Stiller cost? Do I have this open? Yeah, I do. Is he any good? He's like, okay. $40. Like, it's funny because it feels like you would just never play two midfielders. This doesn't seem worth $48. We need that similar players thing from Sorare Data. Garcia, who did Leverkusen have after the break? Mainz. Garcia for $10 seems crazy. Like, this is one of those that like, oh, he doesn't get decisives, and it's like, well, if he's getting 60s without them. Oh wait, hold on, I meant to look at that further. Yeah, Mainz after the break. He doesn't play internationally anyway. Chima and El Canus. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about El Canus. He's been very good. I have his classic. $34. Mike actually talking sense about Sorare, not about his pants. Yeah, it must be a pants on day. Who's this guy? Chima Andres. Ooh. 20-year-old. Whoa. $12? Poor these guys trying to sell, like getting undercut by the instant buy. That, what are, like, whoa. What does this guy do? Get some shots, create some chances, wins a bunch of tackles. Does he just get like double doubles all the time? Defending, let's see. Triple double here. Only a double double on this one. 35. Where does he play? Right there. 4-2-3. Does he play next to Garcia oh no. Good shout on this one. Like, why would you spend double for El Canus? Did Stiller, what is Stiller hurt? Why didn't he play this one? Just rested, I guess. That's so many chances created for Stiller. 14 or 15 in 3 games. Man, and all the sets. I can't say no to that. As I'm just like, why would you spend that much on? Has he just been unlucky? Did he have any big chances created? We didn't look. Hold on. No. Yeah, I guess he should be on the list. I appreciate you guys helping me through this. I had no intention of buying into the Bundesliga today, but here we are. Maybe something over the international break. Wish I could get some market credits or something, make this a little cheaper. So Stiller, Arnold, we've done all of this, and I still haven't been like, oh wait, I still have to get Luis Diaz 3 times, or Kane. I'm not going to buy Kane. Am I going to have to buy Kane? What's a Kane classic cost? Still $100. Wow. We literally have zero forwards here. Let's try this. Win some in the international break. I'm going to have to. Definitely going to have to. Let's get out of watch lists and go back to these non-Kane forwards. That can't be right. $79. Why is Luis Diaz $79 and Kane is 200 and whatever the hell he is? That seems crazy to me. Which means like a Diaz Classic has to be what? $38? 19. Oh my God. I had a Luis Diaz for a long time when he was at Porto. It was such a great card. I had him and Otavio. Oh. Let's put him on the list. I'll put Gerassi, who I still have never gotten. The one card I keep missing from my Ren collection. Adeyemi. Yeah. Found your classic forward. Yeah, it feels that way. Feels that way. I saw somebody talking about this Sinani guy. That's pretty good for Hoffenheim, Frankfurt, Gladbach. This is for St. Pauli. Yeah, a couple set pieces there. Most of them, in fact. What's he cost? $8. Oh my God. Am I really going to have to do this whole like, oh, look what you can get for $38? Gnabry, what's he doing? He just has to have a decisive, but he also just gets one every game. $27. I'd rather just buy a Diaz Classic. Somebody shouted out Ryan Phillippe before. 86, 60. So decisive in 3 straight. That's good. Playing Leipzig after. I don't know. So what's fun about this is that when I finally dive in and buy all these cards, it'll be just another part of like, hey, look at what Sorare can do. Sinan on pens and plays for Luxembourg. And had 100 against Dortmund. Did we put him on the list? Well, I'd be shocked if I didn't play Bundesliga in game week 19 after all of this talk. Are there any missions for market credits these days? Bangula from Werder. I feel like we're just making names up now. What does this guy do? Looks like he needs decisives. But I guess, and to think you crafted a Neuer. Yeah, I got more out of Neuer than like I'm happy to have sold that Neuer. In fact, hold on, let me just look at this for a second. Oh, this guy takes sets. Oh no, this is Sinani. Sorry. This guy. Yeah, I don't know if I can buy into Werder Bremen. I mean, he takes like one shot a game and they happen to go in. Phillippe has not been in form yet since he transferred from Braunschweig, but he had a great season in 2024-25 with 19. I mean, it's like, oh, in a lower division, he was better. And it was like, yeah, most people are. But anyway, Dobbsy, I think I sold that Neuer for like $90. And obviously that was a little bit ago, but I think I can get at least two goalies for $90, right? Three. I mean, I can almost get Gulashi, Nubel, and Flecken for that. I mean, one. Let's call it 110. Why is Cobalt like double the price of Gulashi or any of these guys? One shot a game that goes in means no BCMs. Let's see what Neuer costs now. I mean, I was never going to not sell it, so oops. He's 64. Oh, let's go. Did I sell that more than a month ago? Did I get that on my birthday stream? Actually, yeah, I thought let's see. Wasn't it a Neuer limited? That's weird. Is it more than a month ago? Let's see. There it is. 9509 about a month ago. Oh, look at this guy flipping it. Love that. Like 2 days later. $95 and he sold it for 110 probably 2 days later. GG's. S4X trades, really, Dobbsy, not even mine. I wonder how long it takes for me to just be like, to play Bundesliga, have terrible success and being like, fine, I'll just buy Kane and Kimmich. Fine, I'll do it. Stay tuned to find out. I think that's all I got today. Yeah, no, that wasn't even close to where I thought we were going to end up today. But that's kind of what happens with these live streams. And so, yeah, if you're interested in getting all of the live streams whenever they come out, then you should join the Patreon. Patreon.com/AndrewMLaird, because a few of them, I think this week, are going to be members only for the first 24 hours. So if you like to hang out in the live chat, check out all the options to becoming a Patreon member. And the link is in the description of this video, at least on YouTube. And so check that out. You'll see all the benefits. And there's a new thing that newish thing I'm working on as well. That'll be available for members hopefully soon. I don't want to talk about too much because it's not quite there yet, but it's going to be there. So anyway, thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. I'll be back tomorrow, I believe, with Harry Trades. We'll see. And then Sorare Spotlight on Wednesday. That's over on the Sorare channel for a little announcement that is coming. And yeah. Oh, and I'll have a video this week, probably after rewards tomorrow, just to see where everything lands for this game week. Might be Wednesday. We'll see when I'm able to put it together. But it'll be another rookie card challenge update just to see where everything is and kind of how I'm trying to figure out what good progress means. So anyway, thanks everyone for coming. Stay tuned for a lot more. And please remember to get outside.